Yes. Okay, so I'm ready.
Okay. So here I'm going to talk a little bit about solar photovoltaic systems so that we would see the options that are available.
Okay.
Okay, so the first is the solar home system. So you can install solar panels on top of the roof of
the homes.
The homes, and have individual systems in the homes.
Okay.
Okay. So you just have some basic components, which are the solar panels. You have the charge controller. You need batteries because in the night your solar panels will not generate electricity. So the batteries would store electricity that you use
at night when the sun is not available.
Yes. So you need an inverter that would then convert the direct current from the batteries to
energy.
Alternating current to power our appliances, bulbs, and electrical appliances. Now, there is also an option to have a combination of solar and wind.
Okay.
So these systems are available here in the US.
Okay.
Where you can have a combination of your solar panels and your vertical axis wind turbines. So you can. So the picture down.
And if you don't mind, let me just say this, because to get also authorization and a disclaimer for you, because you are setting this up as a business.
Yes.
And although we are talking about Eyang Atem Ako, I am broad-based in the whole community.
Okay.
And when I talk even Eyang Atem Ako, I care about other regions in Cameroon.
Yeah.
So if you have the potential, I would also like to share this information with other areas and regions that might develop that interest.
Yeah, that's correct.
So that you might have, if they are interested and they have the resources, you might have your hands full with doing these things, not only with Eyang Atem Ako, but other places.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I embrace and I like encouraging knowledge. And one thing with us is that we have knowledgeable people in our community that we end up even not knowing how to recognize it and to use it to our advantage, because your profitability in enhancing your knowledge and doing things about it has spillover benefits, right? Yes, because people, the community benefits, and you too, you are enhanced in a way that you continue doing further research to improve even on what you have right now. Yeah. So those are things that are buried under in our community. People just get PhDs, and it's just to come and sit on high table in social gatherings and to be called a doctor without anything that they contribute to besides their salary to community. That's not what those education are intended for.
Yeah, so I think what makes me a bit different is that I am more business minded.
Yes.
And community development focused. So
exactly.
I've set up a consulting company that's called Sustainable Technology Consulting.
Okay.
So all what I'm
right
doing,
here or in Cameroon?
No, here in the US.
Okay.
Yes, and I've been running a couple of businesses back in Cameroon.
Okay.
Set up a couple and that are still operating.
Okay.
Down in Guti.
Okay, great.
For beyond a single home.
Okay.
And looking at a community like the Eyang Atem Ako community.
Okay.
You can have, for you to use solar, you will need a centralized power plant where you have an array of solar panels.
Okay.
That would generate electricity, and then you would have a powerhouse where you have all your batteries and then your inverter, and then from there you need a distribution line.
Okay.
So and then from the distribution line you feed in the different houses.
Okay.
Or consumption points. Then you might also have your water provision system.
Okay.
There. So still with solar microgrids, that's another picture that shows how the microgrid looks like. So you have your centralized PV panels, and then from a centralized source you can then distribute electricity.
Okay.
And you can also extend a line for water pumping. So here I would want to talk about solar photovoltaic water pumping systems. So how can we provide potable water using solar photovoltaics to pump the water. So here I've just shown you some examples of system. So you need your solar panels.
Okay.
Then you would have your electric pump, and it will be submerged into a borehole.
Okay.
Or you can even have a well. So it all depends on how the water table in the area looks like.
Okay.
So if it will be cheaper for us if we can have wells.
Okay.
So have people to dig wells, and then we'll
pump the water
yes,
from
the wells, and then you would have a cap.
Okay.
Yeah, to cover it so that to prevent debris.
And then it pumps into the tank.
Yes. So you can either have, but I think for this, for Eyang Atem Ako, would definitely need an overhead tank.
Okay.
That will provide the pressure for water to flow into the distribution line.
Okay.
So in the next slide, I also have another picture that shows you how such a system looks like.
Okay.
So you have your solar panels.
Okay.
And then you have your borehole with the pump inside the borehole, and then you pump the water to an overhead water tower.
Okay.
Then you would have your distribution line that will feed into maybe water points within the community, and then people who are interested can also extend it to
their own areas.
Yes.
Okay.
So the design would change.
Okay.
But for us to get to that stage where you design, you have to do certain things. So here I'm going to explain the scope of the work that will be done in the first phase.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing we are going to do will be to assess the electricity and water demand.
Okay.
Because you can't just go ahead and start designing a system for to provide electricity and water without knowing what the requirements are.
Okay.
Okay. So the first step then will be to get into each of the households, know the number of houses that are available, know what the population or the number of persons in a household are.